Hi, I'm Mark McPherson and welcome to another one of my blogs in the series, 52 blogs in 52 weeks, with each blog being about one of my 52 types of people who are poorly behaved and at times downright difficult. This week I'm talking about type 33, the bigot. The bigot is somebody who is prejudiced, intolerant of, even hateful towards particular people because they belong to a particular group. They share a particular characteristic. So if someone is from that group, they don't like them because of the characteristic the group shares. So we have people, for example, who are sexist. They are intolerant towards, nasty towards, unkind towards people because of their sex. People who are racist. So they're intolerant towards people because of their race. We have people who are bigoted and prejudiced on religious grounds. We also have people, I reckon, who are suburbists. So because you came from a particular suburb, therefore people have a particular view about you. And let's say it's usually not kind. People who are ageist. So anyone over 60, well, what would they know about social media? And then again, we have people, I hear people in the older generation talk about people who are under 20. Oh, they're idiots, they're so selfish. Well, painting all of these people with one characteristic is incredibly unfair. It's unjust. And I think that's the thing about the bigot that we're really talking about. Their hatred and dislike and their intolerance is actually unjust. Now, how does the bigot really operate? Well, there's a few parts the way the bigot operates. The first part is this: they have a belief. This is the very first thing. They have a belief. Now, I guess you can't stop people from believing whatever they want to believe about particular groups of people. But the second thing they do is they actually tell other people about their belief. So these are the people who come up to you and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. So that they tell you about it. Okay? They'll tell jokes about that particular group. Did you hear the one about, etc., etc. So their first one is their belief. The second thing that they do is that they tell. Now, the third thing that they do is perhaps the most dangerous, and that is they actually act. They act towards the people they're intolerant of, the people they're prejudiced against. They act towards them in a certain way. They can be nasty, they can be unkind, and they can discriminate against them when they're going for jobs, etc. So those three parts that the bigot, I think, is really important. We can't really stop people from thinking whatever they want to think, but they tell other people. These are the people who'll come back from another part of the office and say, oh, I went and dealt with blah, 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 and they're quite nasty about it. They'll tell you. But the third thing is that they actually act on it. These are the people who will then be unkind to people because they belong to a particular religious group or class group or whatever it happens to be, and they'll actively discriminate against them. So I hope that clears it up. If you want to talk to me about it, please go right ahead. I should say one last thing, and that is, I think these people have got to be stopped. I think you have a right to say to somebody, hang on a minute, you just said blah, 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 blah. I find that unacceptable, unkind, unjust. It makes me feel uncomfortable, whatever the choice of words in the particular case. But I think we should actually speak up. I think that's reasonable to do. And there's ways to do that so it's not offensive and you look as good as possible when you're speaking up. So if you want to talk about that, please do. So whatever you're doing, have a great day. Hope everything's under control for you and all the very best. Now, one last thing. Normally I have a trailer at the end of this with my website. It just so happens that my website is completely destroyed. It's been hacked. I don't know how these things happen, but we're in a real mess. So I'm not going to direct you towards my website. I'm just going to say that this video, which you're watching now, is on YouTube. I'm going to put all my other things on YouTube, and that's probably a safe thing to do. And hopefully my website will be up in the next weeks. Oh, dear me. Anyway, such is life. All the very best. See you later.